Think the recording started. Yeah. So, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me this evening. So this is Romantic Essences. We're going to be talking all about essential oils for hormones, how to support proper hormone balancing naturally, and essential oils for intimacy as well. So for those that don't know me, my name is Ciara. I've been working with essential oils probably for about 5 years now. So I'm a qualified animal aromatherapist. My background's in animal science, but I also have a great passion for natural wellness as well. And I've been learning heaps of different things over the years, studying lots of different courses and everything about natural wellness and how to best support our body using natural remedies. So I will go on to the next slide, if it'll allow me. So I just want to let you know, just a little disclaimer at the start. Everything in this book presentation, because I'm going to turn it into a little ebook afterwards, sent out to those of you who have registered. And if you're watching this recording later on, I should have a little download there with the ebook. But this book presentation is not designed to diagnose or treat. It is merely a guide on how to support yourself naturally. So always seek help from your doctor if required. This is definitely a thing that if you do think you have a hormone imbalance, it is really good to obviously go to your doctor, get some blood tests done, and take medication if you choose to. All of these protocols obviously work well if you're on medication, if you're not. But yeah, it is always good to go get that checked out with a doctor first and bring in the natural remedies when they and when you want to support yourself with them. Obviously, Western medicine's here for a reason, so it's always good to use it when necessary. So yeah, that's just a little disclaimer. I'm not trying to diagnose you with anything, and yeah, just always go see your doctor if you do think you've any medical issues whatsoever. And we'll get started. So, what can affect our hormones? Many things, literally everything. We live in a very fast paced society, and everything nearly can affect our hormones. So, on a physical level, an emotional level, it's we step outside our door and we have fumes from cars, we're exposed to lots of different toxins. There's toxins in our water, there's toxins in our food, there's toxins in all like body washes we use, soaps, everything. So my whole aim to teach you guys and for my whole business is to limit toxins, is to just limit it. If we have a bottle of water, for example, say our body's a bottle of water and your toxic load is up to here, you're not really going to function that well, you know? So my whole purpose and idea for all of you is to get your toxic load down to a minimal so your body can function well and your organs can detoxify any toxins that comes into exposure to and be able to function to your optimal ability. Like, you know, you want to be able to live a happy, healthy life. And the best way to do that is minimize the amount of toxins that we're exposed to because it can disrupt our hormones massively, massively. There's like tons of studies have shown and research have shown over the years that we are super stressed. We're suffering, and that affects our body, like stress on a physical level, stress on an emotional level. And I really think we need to start to try and look after that, you know. We work usually in most families, you know, like both people work, or if you're single, you know, you're working, you're trying to get a million things done then after that, and trying to look after kids and pets and, you know, and still try to socialize and have a good time, you know. So it's hard to get it all in, and it's so important to fill up your own cup and to take those self-care days when you need them. yeah, stress as a whole is just causing a massive effect on our physical, emotional bodies. And obviously, over the past few years, that's kind of increased quite a lot. But I do think a lot of people have noticed over the last few years, especially, how much rest we do need, and how we really need to start actually looking after our health now. Um, yeah, so I'll just talk a little bit about food as well. So there's tons of different things in food that can affect our hormones and how we regulate them. If you do eat animal products, just make sure they are hormone, GMO free, grass fed. Even animals that do eat grass are still exposed to some chemicals, so you can't get rid of it completely, but it is good to limit them. Um, Foods with preservatives, lots of additives, lots of processed food does contain a lot of hormone disruptors. So just be very careful and mindful about, if you are trying to balance out your hormones, you do have hormonal issues, just watch what you're eating and try to make sure it's whole foods, you know, fruits, vegetables, and things that aren't processed. I always say if you read a label, you don't know what the ingredient is, it's probably not good for you. If it's got a big long name, it's usually not good for you. An app I use is called Chemical Maze, and you can look up the ingredients in there and you can see different side effects it can have on the body and stuff. Sometimes it might disrupt your respiratory system or your digestive system, or it can be a hormone disruptor. So it's always good to just check foods and make sure you're eating just non-processed, high quality, healthy foods. Another tip just with foods as well, a lot of our fruit and veg are sprayed, and a lot of people can't afford organic fruit and veg, it's so expensive. So a little tip I always use is put in some baking soda and some lemon essential oil in a sink with your fruit and veg, fill it up with water, leave it soak, rinse it off, and it tends to remove like a ton of the sprays and pesticides and stuff that goes on there. So yeah, it's better than, there's obviously still going to be some left there, of course, but it's better than eating it with all the pesticides still on it. You can actually see the color change on it as well. It's crazy. So it just goes to show how much it's sprayed. Medication. So medication, if you do have hormone imbalance, some medications can obviously disrupt that. So obviously speak to your doctor about that as well. A major hormone disruptor, of course, is birth control. Most women have been on some form of birth control in their life. So yeah, again, speak to your doctor about that too. On a personal note, I haven't used any kind of synthetic hormones quite a few years. I use an app called Flow to track my cycle. Again, this isn't advice or whatever, I'm just telling you a personal story. But yeah, it was just a goal of mine quite a few years ago, just to try and get rid of those synthetic hormones. It was just causing me to be really moody, irritable, put on weight, and it just didn't suit me. But it does suit certain people. So you do you. And just always make sure and listen to your body. If something really isn't suiting you, go chat to your doctor about it and just let them know. A lot of people just tend to stick on the one birth control for so many years, and it's causing them massive grief, and fatigue and like crazy moods and stuff. So definitely don't be afraid to do that. But again, yeah, don't just come off everything just because I'm gonna say it so, but like, yeah, definitely go to your doctor and get advice from them. Yeah. Perfumes. So perfumes are one of the most, you're just your standard perfumes. Now there can be really good ones, but can be the most highly toxic, chemical laden product ever. Some perfume, so in one spray of perfume, right, this for example, this is just a standard perfume you might get in the perfume shop, or those like really, those little cheap sprays that eau de toilette, those ones. They've got like tons and tons of synthetic fragrances in there, and in they did statistics on this, that one spray of perfume can have over 300 different chemicals in it. So before you even leave the house in the morning, after you've maybe used some toxic, like kind of hair products or body wash and stuff like that. And don't get me wrong, I still like to use purple shampoo because I have blonde hair. But again, I limit on the rest of the stuff. You can't get completely toxic free, unfortunately. But I definitely have switched up all the rest of my products. But for example, before you leave the house, you could spray a bit of perfume, a couple of sprays here and there, and you've already got tons of toxins on you, on your clothes, on your skin. You're breathing it in throughout the day before you even leave the house. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. And speaking of personal products and stuff, so yeah, I've gone completely low tox with my shampoo, conditioner. I do use maybe my purple shampoo once a month, as I said. Um, and yeah, my body wash, my face creams, face moisturizers, hand soaps, everything. I've gone all low tox as well, and I've never felt better. Yeah, it's good to just limit them out, and it's so easy to be able to do it. I've changed all my cleaners, so we're just going on to cleaners and personal products. So cleaning, obviously cleaning our floors, bench tops, all things like that. You are spraying tons of chemicals in there, so you're obviously inhaling them as you're spraying them, of course. But you're putting food on that counter, that you're ingesting, that your kids and your pets are walking around on like floors that are cleaned with like toxic products, and that's going to absorb in through their skin as well and start to affect their body and put that really heavy toxic load and burden on the body. So it's just really mindful to be aware of so many toxic cleaners. Again, I've gone fully low tox using all these products, and again, never felt better. And it's so easy. Like, people think, oh my God, I have to switch all my products to low tox. It's so easy. I've literally done it in a handful of oils, handful of essential oils. And if you're interested in learning a little bit more about cleaning and switching up to cleaning, just message me. I'll leave my details at the end of this, and I can direct you the right way. I've got tons of ebooks, recordings, and heaps of free education on how to do that. Yeah, so just let me know. And again, so I've seen this, some research was done by Dr. Ruscio. So he's an American doctor. And I'll just read out a little quote I've seen on one of his studies. So, if you're a woman with hormonal trouble, you're not alone. It's estimated that 80% of women will have some form of hormonal imbalance at some point in their lives. Like 80%, like that's crazy. I just think that's mental. Now this study was done in America, but in Australia, I don't know where you're listening from, but in Australia, like, we're pretty similar. It's Western, it's a Western country. It's not far off. But yeah, I just thought that was crazy. 80%. So that can be at any stage in your life, obviously, but it just goes to show how much a lot of stuff in our daily life can be affecting our hormones. And obviously it's not always physical, it can be emotional, it can be linked to so many different things. But yeah, it's really good to go and see your doctor, and if you're feeling a bit off, because you could have hormonal imbalance. So anyway, essential oils. So my favorite thing to talk about in the whole world. So why use essential oils? Like, why do we use them? So I'll give you 5 reasons. So they are 100% natural. Some essential oils are said to be 40 to 60% more potent than herbs. So they come in highly concentrated version, like in a highly concentrated bottle. Can't get my words out today. They're derived from natural aromatic compounds in plants, flowers, leaves, stems, roots, barks, and seeds as well. Actually, I forgot to add in seeds. And they are fully essential oil. There's no fillers. So the ones I use, there's no fillers, no synthetics, no additives, no anything. They're just 100% certified, pure, tested grade. So the difference between certified, pure, tested grade and pure essential oils. So you can go into any kind of shop like a chemist or whatever and get a pure essential oil, but there's no regulation on essential oils. So more than likely that essential oil probably only has 2%, 3% maybe actual essential oil in there, if not any. It could be just all synthetic fragrance, meaning it's just as bad as those cleaners, those personal products, those perfumes. Like, it's just the same stuff, but it's classed as pure. So please don't use those. Definitely don't use them on yourself, around your pets at all. They're just highly, highly toxic, and I don't recommend them at all. So I always recommend, obviously there's tons of different brands, but the ones I use are doTERRA. Just always make sure they're certified, pure, tested grade essential oils, meaning that they've gone through rigorous testing to ensure their purity. And the reason I love doTERRA as well is because they source the plant from where it grows native. So you're going to get essential oils that were, for example, Australian lavender. I always use this example. People have heard me say this a million times, but Australian lavender doesn't grow as well in Australia as it does in France and Bulgaria. So they source it from France and Bulgaria because the soil's perfect, the climate's perfect, and that's where it's supposed to grow naturally. Meaning when the oil comes out, it is the best quality, it works best with the body, and yeah, it's just whole and complete and so much better balanced than essential oils that would come from Australia. Not essential oil, like lavender that would come from Australia. Obviously, we've got native oils here too. So yes, it is. That's a reason I love doTERRA. One reason. Another is because they work directly with the farmers. So they're sourced from, I can't remember how many different countries because there's so many added. They have tons of different oils always added to their list all the time. But a massive portion is in third world countries. So they work directly with those farmers, and that helps grow the communities. They help build schools, help supply water. And yeah, I just think it's lovely. They're able to provide so many jobs and help out for those communities as well, which is really cool. So the second reason to use essential oils is they have no side effects or addictions. So it's just a little quote from me. Like all living things, our cells respond best to elements closest to its most natural form. So our bodies recognize things that are natural. It's just the way life is. So when we have something synthetic come in there, our body doesn't really recognize it. So it's just bypassing everything. So if you have a medication, for example, it's going to bypass a lot of things. It doesn't work as naturally with our cells as something natural, if that makes sense. So there are no side effects unless you use too much oil and you just pour it all on your skin, you get loads of, you get a reaction. But when you use them safely, they have zero side effects, and that's why they're so beneficial. And they can work alongside when you're having medication, if you're on medication already, sorry. And you don't have to worry about overusing it unless, like, you can of course overuse essential oil, but as long as you use it safely and you have learned to use them from me or one of my team, it's very hard to have any side effects to them. I said addictions, but you know, I'm pretty addicted to the oils. I don't know if there's any like scientific backup for that, but I do love them. Third reason to use essential oils is they help to calm our mind and body fast. So a big thing when I first started using essential oils, so I used to suffer from quite bad anxiety. I used to get panic attacks. I used to get very worked up, especially in my last job. And I found it very hard to kind of catch my breath. I don't know if any of you have had anxiety before. It's very hard you're just having a million thoughts a minute and you can't navigate how to even calm yourself. It's really overwhelming. So most people have had an anxious experience. I'm sure 90% of people have had an anxious experience like that in their life. So the thing is with essential oils is first of all, have something to focus on. So I'll grab some balance here because that's quite calming. You have something to focus on. So you have essential oil, you're like, okay, I'll put some in my hand, rub my hands together and breathe. First of all, you're distracted, okay? You just went to grab the bottle, you're trying to, Second of all, it takes 20 seconds for your olfactory system to kick in. That goes in through your brain, and your brain tells the nervous system to calm down or uplift, or depending on what the essential oil does for your body. So it takes 20 seconds. So if you're getting really overwhelmed, an oil like vetiver, peace, balance, cedarwood, any of those really calming, lavender, any of those really calming oils, they take about 20 seconds to kick in, and your central nervous system just starts to slow down. So you have basically just gone from and then it starts changing the chemistry in your body. First of all, you're distracted, then it starts changing the chemistry in your body, and you can get yourself back into a place of calm, and you can start breathing, and then it starts to regulate. So it works in a few different ways in doing that, and it does trigger a calming response in the body, or an uplifting response, or whatever you're trying to achieve. The same can go for like peppermint. If you're feeling really depleted and really low, you really need to perk up and you don't want to drink, a bucket of coffee. Just do the same thing. Grab an essential oil, put a drop on your hand, rub your hands together, inhale, and you have just calmed your whole system down, or uplifted it if you're using peppermint, because that'll uplift you. So it's amazing how quick it works. If you apply it topically, obviously I can teach you how to use essential oils, do tons of classes on them. Just let me know. So if you want to apply them topically, it takes about 20 minutes for it to reach most of the cells in your body, because you're using a carrier oil, so it just takes a little bit longer to kind of get it in through. But if you're just inhaling it straight away, it just goes in your olfactory system in 20 seconds. I just always thought that was amazing. The fourth reason to use essential oils is they are extremely versatile. So they can be used, like I said earlier, for everything, pretty much everything. So cleaning, personal care products, perfumes, sleep, digestion. I have digestion in there twice. Sleep and digestion in there twice. Pain, wounds, hormones, immunity, and so much more. I just don't have a massive page to keep listening to them, but they're so versatile. You can use them in cooking. I forgot to mention cooking. My partner Jamie loves cooking. He loves adding in the wild orange, peppermint, all things like that. But always just make sure you check the back of the bottle. This is why I love doTERRA, because some of them they're so pure they can be taken internally. Sorry, they can be taken internally. So yeah, just always check on the back to make sure it can be taken internally, because obviously not all of them can be ingested. And less is more. One drop, sorry, take a drink of water. 1 drop, 2 drops, 1 drop in a glass of water, if you're taking it in water, is more than enough. They're highly potent, so less is always more. And that leads me on to this one. Fifth reason is it saves you lots and lots of money, because there are 250 drops in 1 bottle. So if you use 1 drop, that's nearly, I don't know how many, anyway, there's a lot of oils in the bottle. So if you use 1 drop a day, maybe it's in the diffuser, maybe it's in your water, maybe it's just inhale it, maybe it's to rub on your body or whatever. But if you have a collection of oils, you're just using 1 or 2 every day, they're going to last so long, because remember, you've just switched up your cleaning. You've just switched up a lot of your personal care products. You are using it, instead of using spray, those air freshener thingies, you're using a diffuser. You're switching up your whole lifestyle to suit it. So 1 oil, for example, On Guard, it's one of my favorite blends. On Guard can be used in the diffuser, so it can help kill bacteria in the air, create a lovely cinnamon, clovey aroma. It can be used to disperse any like energetic energy, any negative kind of low toxic kind of energy. It can be used in, they have a hand soap, like you can make your own hand soap. Castile soap, some On Guard, a little bit of water, you've got a soap. You can use it in soap, you can use it to clean the floors, you can use it to clean surfaces, you can use it to gargle if you're starting to get a sore throat, use it on the soles of your feet to boost your immune system. And I don't know how many things I just listed there, but you can use it across so many different things, and that's just one oil. So when you have lavender, for example, you can use for skin issues. So it's really, really good for your skin. You can use it to try and sleep at night. It's a great antiseptic. So you can use it on any kind of, against like skin issues like rashes or things like that. You can use it to disperse in the air. You can use it in the around that and to kill any bacteria. And again, another just, so they're very, very versatile. Less mistakes of school and work. So if you're looking after your wellness and limiting your toxic load, you're going to obviously be more healthier. So you're going to be losing less pay if you're out of work, or having the kids home from school. Obviously, you're going to have to take the day off work or whatever. So again, that's another reason. And they're quick and simple remedies at hand. So if you've got like a headache, grab your oils. You know, I always use my oils first. Obviously, you can still use headache tablets and stuff like that, but more 90% of the time, headache is gone from using essential oils. So again, quick, simple. There's an oil for everything. Insect bite, grab one. Someone gets an injury, essential oil, like, you know, depends what the injury is, of course. But if it's just something mild, you've been to the gym and you're a bit sore, essential oils, you know, so you've just got everything at your fingertips. And now we're on to the hormone supporting essential oils and intimacy oils. Are kind of all shuffled up. I kind of put them in categories of, I just have all the florals first, because there's so many florals that can support hormones and intimacy. But obviously I'm not going to put them all in there because there's so many more that do support your hormones, but we'd be here all day. So I picked the most common and the most used ones, and the ones that have worked best for all my customers and team as well. So the first essential oil, which helps massively with all this kind of stuff, is rose. So rose is extremely calming, helps increase libido, helps support a healthy prostate, and emotionally, because all essential oils have an emotional benefit too, it helps you feel more love, compassion, empathy. And those of you that are a bit spiritual and into energy and stuff like that, so I'm a Reiki Master trainee at the moment. So I'm a Reiki practitioner and I love energy work and stuff. So rose is one of the most highest vibrational essential oils. So it's up past 300 on the megahertz scale. And humans usually sit about, is it like 30 or 50? So it can help raise your whole vibration energetically. And it's lovely applied just around the heart area as well. So it can help heal, help you feel more love, empathy, compassion, and again, so it helps increase libido and calming. So back of your neck is a good point as well, and good pulse point. And this rose itself is in a touch bottle, so meaning it is diluted with some fractionated coconut oil. So it's not pure like the other one, so you don't need to dilute it. Rose does come in a pure form as well in a 5 ml bottle, but it's very expensive. So most people tend to go for the Rose Touch, unless you are on my team and you're on the loyalty rewards program and you've built up your points. And once you build up enough points, you can go get your Rose and add it to your collection, because it's such a great one to have. You can actually add it to your food as well. It's my partner made these lovely, I think it was last year actually, I had a workshop, dark chocolate with some rose in it, and they taste like Turkish delight. Oh my god, they're so nice. Anyway, geranium. So next one is the oil of love and trust. So it can help heal a broken heart. It helps support your hormones. It assists with fertility. So it helps heal a lot of the stuff down below helps increase libido as well. So it's a really good one to, I've got a little recipe at the end here with geranium in there, but it's lovely. I like to apply this on the soles of my feet. I add it into bath salts before I have a bath. And it's also excellent addition into skincare as well. A lot of the florals actually help promote healthy skin and youthful skin. So it's a lovely one to just add 1 drop into your moisturizer, put it on, and it'll help to heal any imperfections on your skin and promote natural collagen production in your skin as well. It's absolutely lovely. I love it. I say that after a lot of them now. I'm like, I love it. I love them all. Ylang ylang. So the ylang ylang and geranium are lovely together in a bath, just saying, with some Epsom salts. They're really, really lovely. It helps increase your libido, supports fatigue, and it's the oil of the inner child. So if it brings out that playful, kind of joyful emotion, and if you are doing any kind of work, like any trauma work or whatever with a counselor, it's a really good one to use to help bring out that inner child and help heal anything that you have going on. Smells absolutely amazing. Yeah, I do love the smell of ylang ylang, and again, it's so nice in the bath. It's just lovely florals. Absolutely that. I love most of the florals. Jasmine, another one I love. So it's the oil of sexual purity and balance. So it helps with self-acceptance, trust, and balance. Have a healthy sexual relationship with yourself. So if you have any issues with your sexuality, anything like that, it's a really good oil to work with. And on a physical level, it helps increase libido, supports ovulation, fertility, and supports PMS as well. And going down just to clary sage. So clary sage is an excellent one for hormones. Really, really good addition. It is not to be used in the early stages of pregnancy because it helps the body go into labor. So it's a really good one to use right before you're about to give birth or you're due to give birth, but it is not to be used obviously in early stages because you don't want your body going into that early stages of labor, obviously earlier in your pregnancy. So it supports, it also supports endometriosis, supports fertility and menopause, and it's the oil of clarity and vision. So it assists emotionally in changing your perspective. So if you're starting to do a lot of work on yourself, personal development, self-development, it's a really good oil to work in because it helps to see the bigger picture. So if you're starting to change your beliefs or like your perspectives on something, it's a really good one to work with that. Neroli. So neroli helps support erectile dysfunction for men, menstrual pain, acne, because it helps balance the hormones. So it helps with any acne, hormonal acne, that kind of thing. And supports in conflicted relationships. So if you're having a lot of arguments with your partner and stuff like that, and there's a lot of ego, resentfulness, conflict, neroli is a lovely oil to work with emotionally. It'll help you bring into that vulnerable kind of state. And again, this one's lovely. It smells quite citrusy. It was actually from the flower of the citrus. But yeah, a lovely one. I absolutely love neroli and jasmine mixed together. I think they've just got a really interesting smell. Again, with jasmine and neroli, they're in touch rollers. So again, they're diluted down, unlike these ones. So sandalwood. So sandalwood helps connect you more to your spiritual side. So helps you connect to, again, just talking at an energetic level, helps you to connect more to your higher consciousness, supports low testosterone, and helps promote calming. So it's a lovely one to add into the diffuser at night. It's quite strong and potent, so probably 1 drop's more than enough. And it blends lovely with lavender peace. And yeah, it's a lovely woody one. Absolutely love sandalwood. Another one, lovely woody one to use at night as well, is cedar wood as well. I like cedar wood. And fennel. So fennel is a seed and it helps support everything, digestion. It's a very good one for digestion. Got any stomach issues, anything like that, it's a really good one to add in. But it also helps support menstrual cramps, PMS, increase milk supply during breastfeeding, which is great. So if you can add just one drop in your water and ingest that, or you can use it topically if you don't want to take oils internally, it's completely up to you. It also helps curb cravings as well. So if you are feeling like you're overeating or emotional eating, have some fennel and it'll help try to stop those cravings and stuff like that. Helps with becoming more in tune with your body as well. So if you're just feeling a lot of maybe self-dissatisfaction or self-hate or anything around your body, it's a really good oil to work with emotionally. And thyme, I can't pronounce the THs because I'm Irish. The oil of releasing and forgiving. So thyme. So it's the oil of releasing and forgiving. So it helps release anger, rage, resentfulness. Really good oil to work with if you are extremely pissed off, annoyed about something, you've after having a fight with or whatever, and you're trying to see the sense, and you've got maybe past buildup of rage or anger or frustration. It's a lovely oil to work with, either diffused, apply topically. It's lovely. You can obviously use that in your food as well. It helps increase progesterone levels. So if you've been tested with your doctor and you know you've got low progesterone levels, bring in some thyme, start using thyme, and try to help get those levels back up with whatever else you're using. And it helps support the ovaries and prostate as well. And ginger. So ginger is the oil of empowerment, which is really nice. We all want a bit of empowerment, and it supports cramps. So if you've got lots of cramping, period pain, that kind of thing, it's a great oil to use. And I'm sorry, I'm just moving myself over here on the screen. It's a great hormone and blood sugar regulator as well. It helps with morning sickness and nausea. And it's lovely for if you're, so I love ginger beer, absolutely love it, but I obviously don't want to be having heaps and heaps of sugar. So I have some soda water. It's a really good drink if you want to make it. Obviously it doesn't taste the exact same, but it tastes pretty similar. So some soda water, a drop of ginger and a drop of lemon or lime, depending, and or two, whatever, you can throw them all in. And it has the most lovely ginger beer taste. Absolutely love it. Just a little bit of ice, and it's supporting your whole body. It's extremely healthy, so is the lemon and lime. It's so cleansing for the body, and it'll help with that sugar regulation. If you're craving anything kind of sugary like ginger beer. So it's a little tip. Oregano. So oregano is one of these oils that you're not going to use heaps and heaps. I've probably only got maybe 2 bottles of oregano in the past couple of years, like 3 years, maybe more. It lasts for ages because it's so potent. So it's a hot oil, meaning it needs to be diluted so much, like heaps of dilution, because it's very hot on the skin and you want to make sure it doesn't irritate the skin. It's extremely potent, like I said, but it's highly antibacterial. So it almost acts like an antibiotic. It gets that antibiotic response. And once it's added in with, so if you're trying to boost your immune system or if you're already sick, I do have a roller blend. It's called flute. Like I have to abbreviate it. So it's got frankincense, lavender, oregano, what's the other O? Tea tree, flute, what's the other O? I can't remember. Oh, On Guard. So that in a roller, in a 10 ml glass roller, topped up with fractionated coconut oil, and rolled on the soles of your feet, back your neck. It is so antibacterial. So oregano is a great one to work with if you are already sick. It'll help kill any bad bacteria in your body, and support a healthy immune system, which is amazing. So it also helps clear negative blocks and unhealthy attachments. So it's a really good one to use in his little spritzer. It does smell like oregano, so you might want to put some like lemon or lemongrass in there to kind of dull the smell. But yeah, it's great for spritzing around the room. Lemongrass is also a great cleanser of energy around the room and stuff like that. It's a really good purifier for the air. But yeah, it helps clear negativity, blocks, unhealthy attachments. So you can also use it on yourself and work with that topically as well. It helps boost progesterone levels. So again, if you get tested in the doctors and you have low progesterone, it's great to start working with oregano. And we're just moving on to the blends. So Claricam is the ultimate period pain blend. So if you do have heavy periods, period pain, yeah, any kind of cramping, stuff like that, even endometriosis, that kind of thing, it helps to calm all those muscles around that area, and support all that pain during your time of month. It helps to balance your hormones. It's good to use for pre and perimenopause as well, because it's got clary sage in there. It assists with irregular moods, helps increase libido, and encourages vulnerability and nurturing in relationships. So if you've got a bit of a wall up and you're finding it very hard to be vulnerable and get close to your partner, it's a lovely one to use for that emotionally as well. Whisper. So one of the most popular perfume blends. So most women I know absolutely love this blend. I don't know why I don't love it. There's certain oils that you might smell over the years that you might be like, you just don't like it. And it's usually because we need it, like there's something we need to shift. But if our nose is saying no, that's all good. You don't need to obviously be like making yourself have it or use it. But Whisper is, yeah, so popular for women, and it is a blend for women. That's the name of it. So it supports blocked or imbalanced female energy. So if you're feeling extra masculine, your masculine's really coming out and really dominant in your energy field, this is a really good one to bring in to try and balance that out and bring in the lovely feminine energy. So it helps create a healthy relationship with sexuality. So kind of similar to jasmine in that way, where if you have kind of an unhealthy relationship with your sexuality, it's a really good one to start using. It helps balance hormones, increase libido, and it helps on an emotional level as well. Helps boost confidence and self-expression as well. So if you're lacking a little bit of self-confidence or you're feeling a bit closed off for your expression, lovely one to use. And those are the oils that we're just going to talk about today. But I also wanted to talk about something. It's one of doTERRA's best-selling products, and it helped me massively with hormone balancing. So I used to get a lot of hormone acne breakouts around my chin. Now, I never had like terrible skin or anything like that. I just had really bad breakouts just around my chin area. So I started using Long Life Vitality, and there are 3 drums of different vitamins. Some of them got some essential oils infused in there as well. I try to order the ones through the American market. So if you're in Europe, you can order them directly through Europe. If you're in America, you can order them through America. But if you're in Australia, we only have access to the ones that aren't vegan. So if you are vegan, you can order through your Australian account into the American one. Sorry, this is really confusing. If you've got any questions at the end, just let me know. But basically what I'm saying is if you're vegan, you can get the vegan option from America if you are based in Australia. If you're not vegan, then it's fine. You can just order them straight from Australia. Anyway, they're TGA approved. If you're in America, it's equivalent to the FDA. So they're TGA approved, and they come with all your essential minerals, vitamins, and they've basically got the antioxidant levels equivalent to 12 serves of fruit and vegetables a day. Obviously, like any supplements, you don't replace it with a healthy diet, but they are amazing. They definitely give me more energy, made my skin so much better. Like I never got those hormonal breakouts back. Yeah, it's crazy. So they really helped massively with that. But people have reported better sleep, more energy again, feeling better, less bloated, less digestion issues, actually less pain as well. People are having a lot less pain in their joints and stuff. Those people that are a little bit older, because there is some omega 3s, omega somethings, can't remember the exact number, in the alpha CRS plus as well. So they're a great addition, and one of the most popular products with the most top popular product with doTERRA. And they also have a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you're not really feeling them, you can just send them back. It's all good. Recipes. So here are some lovely recipes I have made up for you. This will be sent out as an ebook to those who've registered after, or if you're watching this, or else I'll try to leave the download below. Yes, so we have the lovely hormone balancing bath salts. So simple. I try to keep all my recipes really simple, just because I like complicatedness. So hormone balancing bath salts. So this 1 cup of Epsom salt, some floral botanicals. So if you're in Australia, I use diffusional.com.au for all of these essential oil accessories. So I get my roller bottles from there, the floral botanicals. So they have like dried rose petals and loads of different floral petals. They're so nice, and they're so pretty as well. But they're lovely to add in to make some lovely bath salts. So you can have them in the bath and they smell amazing. Yeah, so that's diffusional.com.au. You have essential oil supplies if you're in Ireland or the UK. And Oil Life is another one if you're in the US as well. So I add in some 8 drops of geranium, 8 clary sage, and 6 ylang ylang. The bath smells amazing. But just a tip: pour the oils into the Epsom salts first, let them soak up, and then scatter into the bath. Because what happens is oil doesn't mix with water, as most people know, so it sits on top. So then when you get into it, it's going to burn your bum, because the oils have heated up with the heat of the bath. So make sure you put them in the Epsom salts first, so they mix with it and they don't sit on the surface of the bath. Another one is the sheet spray. So we've got sandalwood, ylang ylang, and bergamot in there. 30 ml glass spray bottle. Again, you can get it from Diffusional if you're in Australia. And topped up with some distilled water or filtered water is absolutely fine. And it's lovely to just spritz around your sheets. And the Love Massage Blend. So we've got ylang ylang, geranium, ginger, and fractionated coconut oil. Obviously, you can use this in a spritzer as well, and you can just add in more oils and more coconut oil as well. But if you're just having a little mixing bowl and you just want to use it as is, you can make it this way and massage onto the back, legs, and arms, and it makes a lovely massage blend. So that is it. I think we've just done that in nearly an hour, which is great. This was originally supposed to be 30 minutes, and then originally supposed to be an hour, then 30 minutes, now it's an hour again. So I'm sorry if this has taken up your time, guys. But yes, if you are watching the recording, you can contact me here. And if anybody has any questions, I'll just look at the chat box. No. Okay, if you do have any questions after, contact me. My handle on Instagram and Facebook is essence.2.heal. That's my email address there, and that is my website. You can also book in a free 30-minute consult if you do need to get access to some essential oils. And what I'm going to do is just stop the recording now. So thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, let me know if you've got any questions at all. Just send me an email, or again, book a 30-minute free wellness consult. It's just over the phone or Zoom, whichever you prefer. And we can chat about what oils you want for your yourself, your family, or to tailor into any area of your life. Like I said, there's tons and tons of different ways you can use them, not just for hormones and intimacy. But yeah, we can tailor, and they come in starter packs as well. So they're a lot cheaper. And if you get a wholesale account, you can join my team and get heaps and heaps of free education. You get a free, it's usually $35 for a wholesale account for the year, but you get that for free if you get a starter pack. And you have access to me and my team for life. And we do tons of different workshops, weekly online workshops in our bigger groups. And yeah, you've got a community there to support you through your whole wellness journey. So I hope you enjoyed this and this was helpful. And thanks again for watching.